just gonna do one little fun one just to see if it sounds okay. Does that sound alright to you guys? Just a little. January 1979, I saw a terrible crash, and I couldn't help but laugh. My ear pressed against the glass of a wall of a hospital photograph. My forehead no longer sweet, withholding kisses worthy of your fiery lips. I was floating in a peaceful sea, rescued by a sinking ship. How's that sound? Okay, everybody? My name is Derek Zanetti, and this music is called the Homeless Gospel Choir. This first song is a protest song. It's a commercial for a food chain, a restaurant chain called the Guilt Buffet. Just a real quick show of hands. Have you ever been to your grandma's house for like Thanksgiving dinner and she looks at you and she says, "You're never going to get a good job with tattoos like that. With a stupid mohawk, a haircut like that, you'll never find a good girl to settle down with. How do you expect to pay your taxes? How do you expect to make it in this world?" Anyhow, the Guilt Buffet restaurant takes that shame and takes that guilt and takes that feeling that you have on Christmas whenever you're at your grandma's house, and they cook it down into this gravy. And they take that gravy and they put it all over the food. And no matter how much of it you eat, no matter how long you stay there at the Guilt Buffet, you'll never be satisfied. You'll always leave there hungry. Anyhow, they had a commercial that they wanted to make for television. And they asked a bunch of other bands to write a song for them. They asked Turnstile, but Turnstile was already doing those Taco Bell commercials. I don't know if you guys saw that. And then they hit up Paramore too, but they have more money than God. And they were like, "No, we're not interested." But I love money, so I decided to do it. This song goes out to those two dickheads that are talking super loud. Yeah! 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's looking for someone else to change, and looking for someone like them to take a little blame. You can be a different person or start again today, but at the Guilt Buffet, everyone pays. Isn't it strange how it all works out that way? I was listening to a bunch of Korn and the Bloodhound Gang when I wrote this song. The Guilt Buffet is open like 7 days a week. There's always 2 for $1 and the kids can eat for free. Every time you leave there you swear it off for good, but it's hard to say no when there's a Guilt Buffet open. Take your wife and kids. It's time for Guilt Buffet. Guilt Buffet. The roof is on fire. The roof is on fire. The roof is on fire at the Guilt Buffet. Everyone pays. Isn't it strange how it all works out? All works out that way. Thank you very much. This next song is a protest song. This song's about going to church with your mom on Christmas. It's called Blind Faith. If you've ever read the Bible, some of these words may sound familiar to you. You'll never get it right if you give up now. You eat it all up just to shit it all out. because you're stuck in one place. Goddamn Marianne, I'm so amazed by your grace. There's always a gig cleaning up someone else's hurt. And I've been thinking too much about going back to church. A faith healer dealing pregnancy tests, Stockholm Syndrome, citizens arrest. I've been thinking too much about giving in to it. Blind faith. Does the Spirit move you like a cattle prod? Locker room talk, the perverted word of God. So take it from a thief on the right side of Christ. Hey! Who prayed for salvation on that dark and stormy night? What made you feel you did something wrong? Are you ashamed to be seen by your kids? Having to pay for someone else's sins? Still small voice that's too big to fail's got me feeling goosebumps like the Bible in Braille. I'm finally sure that there's nothing more than this. The still small voice that's too big to fail has got me feeling goosebumps like the Bible in Braille. I'm finally sure that there's nothing after this. Thank you very much. This next song is a protest song. This song's called Crazy, and it's about that one. I'm gonna, motherfucker, just saying it. When I was having a real rough time inside my mind, and I went to go see a doctor, and I said, I'm afraid I might hurt myself, and I'm afraid I want to hurt other people too. And the doctor gave me some pills, and he said, this will help you go to bed at night. This will help you wake up in the morning. This will help your head not grow to the size of a watermelon. This will regulate your mood. This will make you feel better about yourself when you feel sad and lonely. And before I knew it, I couldn't escape it, and I was buried in it. Anyhow, this is a protest song about Big Pharma. It's called Crazy. I feel crazy half the time. The other half I wanna die. It's harder to go outside when all you wanna do is cry. My old friends don't call me likely because they're busy, but in my mind it's not easy to believe. I feel crazy half the time. I feel crazy half the time. I feel crazy half the time. Everyone tells me I'm fine. I feel crazy half the time. With a piece of glass so I wouldn't have to go to church. I've done more drugs than the Rolling Stones, and I forget why I'm even here. What's the point in anything if everything means nothing? I'm all alone in a crowded room. Nothing's real, nothing's good, and you wanna die, but you don't know how to tell your mom you don't believe in God. I'm older now than I was then, but all I want is to be shitty way that you think I'm talking about.
Yeah!
I feel crazy half the time. I feel crazy half the time. I feel crazy half the time. Everyone tells me I'm fine. I feel crazy all the time. Thank you very much. Well, of course, that's the wrong key. Better. You know, whenever you take a shit in the room and you don't know how bad it smells until you leave and you come back, this is an experiment in human nature right now. Well, of course, I'd rather sleep on your front porch than on your cat piss stained apartment floor. I wrote some songs about my life, and I don't sing about politics anymore. And you can bet until my last breath, I will do my best to never second guess that from here on out, all these songs are about how we are gonna weather this storm together. I'm still alive, and I have survived, and I can stand up tall with pride to say that I haven't tried suicide in 12 long years. That's not to say that I don't have bad days, that I don't curse God's name or look at the sight of my own face. I just found a better place where I can be myself all by myself. There's room for you, buddy, if you choose to smile and say fuck you to those Monday blues and throw away what you hold on to if it brings you down. So tell the truth, what are you gonna do until you turn 92? Doing what someone tells you to, or standing up against all of the bullshit. I might be poor, well that's for sure, but I'll endure, and I'll stay out on tour. And I lied to you when I said that I don't sing about politics anymore. Thank you! Does anybody have any questions at this point in time in the show? I'm cooking one up hot and ready. I've never seen this before. We're giving away free haircuts with each protest song. Make sure you get in line. We got shoes for the kids. We got popsicles for the middle schoolers, high school age kids. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. You leave if you like. I love Cheez-Its. I'm gluten free, so it's been a while since I've tasted one, but I imagine you enjoy them. My name is Derek Michael Zanetti. I'll be 41 years old on this tour. Can you even believe it? When I was a little kid going to shows at fire halls and VFWs and church basements, the only thing I ever wanted to do with my life was be in a punk band. And the only thing I ever thought about was doing it, loading in my gear and taking my t-shirts up on the wall and hanging out and eating Taco Bell at 4 a.m. And it was a dream of mine as a small child, and I get to be a grown-up and I get to make art and music for a living. I just want to say thank you. For 15 years, I've been able to make music as the Homeless Gospel Choir. And this is my last tour as the Homeless Gospel Choir. I've been wanting to make music under my own name for a super duper long time and just make music under Derek Zanetti. And right before this tour started, I got a call from my good friend Josh Scoggin, and he said, "Hey man, when you're ready to make that record, you come down to Atlanta, we'll make it together." So I'm after this tour, I'm gonna and he and I are gonna go ahead and put some songs together. I'm super excited about it. I've been playing some new songs on this tour, and I'd like to play a new song for you right now, if you wouldn't mind. song.
Country protest?
This is a protest song, sure. This song's about my brother and my sister. It's a fucking protest. This song's called Pennsylvania Songbird, and it's about living in Pennsylvania. It's about what it means to be a Pennsylvanian and what it means to leave Pennsylvania and then get sucked right on back. You ever see people leave their home like, I'll never go back home? There you fucking are, back to
So good for me.
It's a protest song. A couple miles south from the town I grew up in, they're speaking in tongues and they're handling snakes. Oh, the Holy Ghost power is enough to heal ya, but it never shows up until it's too late. My mother's garden is the best in the county, a bed full of red beets and rows full of kale. She waters it early before the sun rises, cause her medication don't mix with heat well. Oh, my father buried the cat by the brick shed. We never did find it when we tore it down. We hired the neighbors to remove the rubble. They buried it at the golf course on the rich side of town. Oh, money's subjective when you come up with nothing. My old man, he taught me to dig through the trash and to check all the dates on the back of the canned goods and smile when you do it so you get the last laugh. My brother played football and I went to tech school. We both started working before we were 10. He bought a used car and I bought a guitar. He wakes up to work out, I eat takeout in bed. Oh, I cough in the morning after years of smoking, or maybe it's due to the steel mills back home. But I sure am lucky for the hand I was given, cause you can't drink the water in Butler County anymore. The Pennsylvania songbird knocks like a hammer and sings like a church bell on Easter Sunday. The turnpike is costly from Philly to Pittsburgh, costs almost twice of a worker's day rate. My brother's baby is as cute as a button. Everyone says she looks like Uncle D, but I'm scared to have children, cause I used to hear voices and I'd hate to have somebody turn out like me. Oh, the girl that I married moved me from my hometown to try something new on the east of PA. The buggies and horses in Lancaster County remind me it's okay to slow down my pace. The Pennsylvania songbird knocks like a hammer and sings like a church bell on Easter Sunday. Thank you very much. This is the tuning song. It's different every time. Surprise. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna let me see what time it is. Oh yeah, I got plenty of it. This is a song. It's a protest song. Sal, you know, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where I grew up. Has anybody here ever made it to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? Just slide those hands up if you've ever made it to Pittsburgh. Congratulations, you've made it back. I knew that you would. I'm so thankful for your journey. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is super duper important for a lot of important inventors and inventions. Andrew Carnegie, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He made the steel industry boom. The Klondike Bar and the Big Mac, both Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Ferris wheel, the motherfucking polio vaccine, you're welcome. Andrew Carnegie, Andy Warhol, he invented art. He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There's something else that I thought we invented, but we didn't invent it. I heard that Salt Lake City, Utah invented it, but this whole time I thought that it was from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I came here and I was telling somebody about it, and they're like, no man, we got that too. We've had it here longer than you have. And I was like, I don't know if that's true. And then I went on Google, and then I Google searched it, and I realized I've been telling people lies the whole time. Anyhow, this is a song, I guess it's about Salt Lake City, Utah. It's called Seasonal Depression. Songs make them want to throw up, that I'm not original or catchy or clever or smart. Fuck you! They said my guitar would sound better at the bottom of the Ohio River, that I should get a job with a Route 51. agree with my old friends that don't call me anymore to hang out or catch up or go drink beer, root beer. And maybe I am not the same, thank God that I am not the same, and I hope to be weirder than this time next year. With friends like that, who needs friends when you have seasonal depression? In Western Pennsylvania, or anywhere, you're afraid to just be yourself. Sometimes I feel like I'm stuck here, trapped in the wrong gear, like an empty pack of cigarettes, like an endless bill called college debt. And I don't know when I first started feeling so alone, like how everyone else has a place and I simply don't. And sometimes you wake up in your 30s, take a look around. Sometimes you wake up in your 40s, take a look around and realize that you're lucky not to be a ghost in a ghost town with friends like that. Who needs friends when you have seasonal depression? In Western Pennsylvania or anywhere, you're afraid to just be yourself. Think that I'll die here, and sometimes that's alright. Sometimes those words haunt me and cut me like a butter knife. And if your friends are assholes, then you're better off alone. Or you can go make new friends at the retirement home. Or you can move to Hazelwood, and I will be your friend. And we can make a record in a brand new punk rock band. With friends like that, who needs friends when you have seasonal depression? In Western Pennsylvania, or anywhere, in Salt Lake City, Utah, who invented it? Allegedly invented it anywhere. Thank you. This is my last song, and if there was ever a time where you wanted to chant, one more song, one more song, one more song, okay, I'll do it. You guys have been so nice cheering for one more song. I'm flattered. Well, luckily, my friend, you're in law. Nico from the band 68 is going to have a kissing booth later on in the parking lot for anybody who's interested. $25 a smooch from a real rock and roll star. They're on tour with Korn, you know. I mean, Nico's got it. So if you want to go ahead and give Nico one, $25. He's all types. He's taking all types. Married, not married, tall, short. All. Take them all. I made some t-shirts, they're in the other room. I screen printed them and I designed them myself, and I also brought my art sketchbook with me. If you like to have art in your home, you can go there and take a look at it. Maybe you have a front porch that needs some churching up. Maybe you have a veranda or a mud room that you can just envision a really nice piece of art in there. Maybe you have a patio or a parlor porch. Maybe you have like a bathroom, a second or a third. I know there's some rich people in here. Maybe you have a second or a third bathroom in your home that you're just fucking desperate for a piece of art. I'll be over there at the table. I'd love to say hello and meet you guys. Thanks so much. My name is Derek. This music is called the Homeless Gospel Choir. This last song is called Normal, and it's something I'll never be, and I hope you'll never be it either. I just want to say that music is important, and moments like this are important, and friendship is important. You never know the person next to you. This might be their last day. This might be the last time they give it a chance. You know, when I gave up on making friends, I gave up on punk rock, I gave up on all this other shit. When I was in middle school, I was having a real rough time getting bullied, and I didn't have any friends, and I almost was going to get ready to get out of school, and my friend Jake handed me Green Day Dookie on cassette tape, and it changed my entire life. I didn't know that there were other weirdo, misfit, queer punk kids out there who needed fucking family and needed to belong and needed to have something to believe in. And we started to hang out together and book our own shows and make our own music zines and screen print our own t-shirts and do something that was important to us. And that small gesture of kindness from one person to another radically gave me something that I didn't have before. Friendship and belonging. And after all these years, I'm still finding it with you motherfucking beans and memes. So, thanks for coming out to the punk rock show. Well, 1994, I felt so insecure, growing in my hometown like a cancer. Something so unsure was knocking at my door. 11 years old then, it was time to answer. I found my escape in that Green Day tape. When the songs would end, we just rewind them. Motherfuckers that are older than me. I found my escape in that dead Kennedy's tape. When the songs would end, we just rewind them. Kids with purple hair were out there somewhere, and I would be goddamn if I didn't find them. I had no peace of mind. I was stuck inside of something I didn't sign up for. So then I met this kid with dreads, and I can't forget what he said when I told him I didn't want to feel strange anymore. You're never gonna be normal. You're never gonna be normal. You're never gonna be normal, 'cause you're a punk. I started going to shows and taping songs off the radio. And then I figured out the radio. Picked up a guitar and I played it with my heart. And I got inside my car and I started driving. 20 years and change. Well, this is more than just a fucking phase. I found something that I could believe in. When things are getting tough and I feel like giving up, I remember what my one friend said to me, and this is what he said: you're never gonna be normal. You're never gonna be normal. You're never gonna be normal, 'cause you're a punk. Thank you very